Hello, everybody. We're going to start with this song real quick.
They counted me out, said I'd never rise. Whispers in the dark, spreading their lies. The enemy laughs so quick to spout, but they've no idea what I'm about. Don't give up and never give in. The underdog is yet to win. Never bet against the one who's down. The fight's not over, they'll take the crown. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Stand by your words when they bring the fight. With faith and might, we'll rise again, living for the eternal win. Online wars and endless bats. Who wins, who loses, what's behind that? We bicker and claw in these digital streets, but victory's hollow when no one needs. True strength is found in the faith we hold, not in the battles that grow so cold. The underdog walks with a quiet grace, carrying the scars of the endless race. When pushed to the edge, they find their song, a melody of faith that keeps them strong. For every loss, there's a chance to learn, and every flame will someday burn. Never bet against the one who's down. The fight's not over, they'll take the crown. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Stand by your words when they bring the fight. With faith and might, we'll rise again, living for the eternal win. Faith is the armor, might is the blade. The eternal fight is where heroes are made, not for the fleeting or shallow gains, but for the kingdom that forever remains. Stand with the underdog, hear their call. Together, united, we'll conquer it all. In the darkest hour, when hope is thin, remember the fire that burns within. They may seem beaten, bruised and torn, but the underdog spirit is never worn. Never bet against the one who's down. The fight's not over, they'll take the crown. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Stand by your words when they bring the fight. With faith and might, we'll rise again, living for the eternal win. So don't count out the quiet and small, the ones who stumble yet still stand tall. The underdog fights with a fire inside. Their victory sure when faith is their guide. Eternal battles we've just begun. With faith and might, the war is won.
Isn't that beautiful, you guys? Hello, Angelo.
Hello, Miss Kit. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Another day, another dollar.
Okay. Oh, hi, Rose. Really nice to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Um,
thank you.
and like on Facebook and Rumble, we won't be able to see anybody's comments, just so you know, on YouTube. Hi,
That's okay.
Cindy. That's
If you
okay.
see if you see they have any questions, just let me know.
Okay. So this is Angelo. He goes by Viper here on YouTube. He's just gonna share his testimony, and he just wrote a book about it. Do you want to tell him anything else about you?
I'm an advocate,
There
fierce
you go.
fighter, I fight tooth and nail against predators, and pedophiles, and child abusers. In fact, you had a certain one in your chat earlier who doesn't like me simply because I'm friends with people that are calling him out. Uh, so that's that. But I don't let it really sway who I am. I was in an orphanage called St. Aloysius in Rhode Island. Uh, I was involved in state care since I was 2 years old until I was about 16 and a half. And been fighting for over a decade to change the laws in Rhode Island to allow us victims, us survivors, us warriors, to finally be able to seek justice from the people uh, that perpetrated the crimes against us. There's about 477 survivors from St. Aloysius Home, ranging from 1930s to 1990s, and
Wow.
many of them are now either deceased or in prison themselves for committing crimes. Some of them became predators, some of them became pedophiles, some of them became abusers, and there's a small handful of us that have overcome that darkness and become better people despite the examples given to us. And because we have not been able to seek justice, I decided to write a book about it, which I've been working on for almost a decade myself. Finished it this year.
So this has been going on since 1930?
Yeah, St. Aloysius was abusing kids since 1930.
Wow.
Yep.
Hi, Nicole.
As was their sister house. So St. Aloysius was an old boys' home. St. Mary's was an old girls' home. And they were all run by the Catholic Diocese in Providence, Rhode Island. They were paid by the state of Rhode Island to take care of what was deemed orphaned children. So when parents' rights were terminated or when parents gave up their children, we became orphans of the state. And in the not all of us were eligible for foster homes or group homes because there weren't enough of them in the 70s. So we became orphans in institutions like St. Aloysius or St. Mary's or Benedict's, Joseph's, etc., etc.
Can I show them that video of you talking in front of Congress?
Oh yeah, that's
Would that
fine.
be okay? Okay, you guys.
State Congress, just so they know, it's a state Congress, not the Capitol Congress.
It's still a big deal. It's
Oh
still
yeah,
a big
I mean,
deal.
yeah.
So this is April
50
30th, 2024.
years ago, 40 years ago, 60 years ago. It's time for justice. No more hiding behind statute of limitations for institutions that want to house perpetrators. And they're everywhere. They're the schools, they're the Catholic Church, they're the Episcopal Church, they're Boy Scouts. They're everywhere. Don't kid yourself. This is going on all the time. And I know I'm preaching to the choir in this room, but it's time the institutions that house the perpetrators are included in this legislation, and it's time for the victims to receive the justice that they've been denied for so long. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. You distinguished yourself. Any questions for the sponsor? Okay, the first
So if you could pause that real quick, let me explain why.
two dear people that I've gotten to know as a result of the.
That's Carol Mackenzie.
Okay.
The reason why she's so emotional about it is because her sister is also a survivor. Her sister is around my age, and she was in the female version of an orphanage. for whatever purpose or whatever reason behind it. So she suffered severe sexual and physical abuse as well. When she became a politician, she's been fighting to change the laws in Rhode Island since she's been a politician. And she's very emotional about it. But she keeps getting beat down by the Catholic diocese, the Catholic lawyers, the lawyers for the diocese, and proponents of people trying to keep the statute of limitations limited to protect these institutions. So just to give you an
Wow.
idea of her background.
Okay, thank you.
The many chapters of this saga. Dr. Hub Brennan and Dr. Ann Hagen Webb. Leprade?
Come on up there, Phil.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you, students from Hope High School, for coming. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Much appreciated your support for Jim Scanlon and all of the victims, and good luck. And survivors, call them survivors.
Okay.
Angelo,
Oh,
is the red light on?
it is on.
Good. You're
Good.
on.
I wrote this thing, and then I was listening to everybody talk, and I think it's better to just kind of remember. I grew up in an orphanage called St. Aloysius, for those unfamiliar. I went into state care at 2. I'm 49 today. I spent almost a decade. I hate the term being molested. I was raped. Men can get raped, just in case anybody wasn't aware. It's not an easy thing to admit to as a man, especially talking to other men. It's not easy to admit that your entire life was stolen from you as a child, your innocence, your ability to experience going outside with your friends and playing kickball or baseball. Because I grew up in an orphanage. Didn't get that. In the orphanage, part of your punishment, if you didn't do things that you were supposed to do with these pedophiles and predators, was you didn't get fed, or you didn't get to have clothing. This is in Rhode Island, folks. Rhode Island. I ran away at 7, told my social worker when I got picked up by the state police. Said, hey, these people are doing things. I didn't know what it was at 7 years old. I didn't know what it was called. Didn't have parents. I didn't have allies. And the people that I'm supposed to depend on to protect me weren't there. The orphanage was supposed to protect me. DCF was supposed to protect me. At that time, in those years, CASA was very small and very just getting started. None of those people were there for me. I didn't have that. So what does the state police do when they pick up a runaway? 7 years old, 8 years old. They take them back to the place they ran away from. I don't even know if I can say names. Father McIntyre was the priest I was taken back to. Hey, this guy says you did this stuff. He's just emotionally disturbed. The child doesn't want to be here. To the left of St. Aloysius is a wood line. Down that wood line is an old abandoned well. Father McIntyre's kid took me to that well when the police brought me back and said that that's where I could disappear. 7, 8 years old. Of course I'm going to believe. Well, what the hell am I going to do in a well? I'm going to die. 49 years old. I've never seen one day of justice. I've never had one person outside of a law firm contact me out of the blue one time, ask me what I wanted. And there's going to be arguers who say that this law is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. What's the end game? The end game, ladies and gentlemen, as parents, my son is back there, my wife is back there, is to make it impossible and downright scary to take advantage of children. And you do that by making it the worst possible punishment you can face. I wouldn't care if Father McIntyre was still alive and 99 years old. I want to see him in prison. That seems cruel. I was in prison. Not that kind of prison. I was in prison of people protecting me, but abusing me. And I never had justice. And these people sit online now. They threatened to call one of my representatives here to try to intimidate me from speaking my truth. We have a chance to make a statement for everybody, for every victim that may come, because it's not going to stop with us, survivors, but it's certainly going to stop with us warriors, because we're going to fight until the day we draw our last breath to ensure that these people face justice, and those people that think of doing it afterwards think twice. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelo, and thank you for coming so far from home to have your voice heard. Appreciate it.
Oh, that was deep. Did anything become of this?
It
Okay.
did not get passed, unfortunately.
Oh no.
But it gets rebrought every year. Every year we try to make changes. We put new people in positions, political seats, and hopes of getting this through to the floor and getting it passed. So the proposal is to remove entirely the statute of limitations on any sex crimes or physical crimes done to children, regardless of the age of the crime. Hey, Misty, how are you doing? That's the goal. The goal is to remove, there's 13 or 14 states, I believe, maybe even more by now, that have no statute of limitations on crimes committed against children.
Right.
Rhode Island is behind the times. Originally, the statute of limitations was 7 years, then it went to 20 years, and then it went to 35 years. So now we're trying to remove the statute of limitations because most of us victims are in our 50s or 60s.
Okay. Hi, Missy. Okay. I think it's pinned on the top. So he wrote a book about his testimony. Here, let me go there real quick so I can show you guys. Oh, I was going to ask, is that going to be in paperback or anything like that?
It will be a hardcover in about a month or so.
Okay, good.
It's still going through the publishing stages. The Kindle was released, I believe, yesterday. For I think it's $5.99 for the. But if you have a Kindle subscription, it's free. But if you don't have a Kindle subscription, where you pay the monthly fee every month, the book is $5.99.
Okay. I want to show people this here. And boy, let me tell you, that's a lot of pages.
Yeah, it's almost 500 pages.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
paperback is bigger, so it's only 74 pages for the paperback.
So here it is on Amazon. Let me just share this right now as I'm talking. So it's out on Kindle right now.
Oh, look, you can get the book for 74 cents because you have credits.
I didn't even know that. Oh my God, I'm such a dork. Hey, I'm going to buy some light bulbs, you guys. All right. So it's 492 pages.
Yeah, that's if you're reading it through the Kindle, because the Kindle's small.
Oh, so the Kindle, but the paperback or hardcover will be
274 pages.
274. I'm sure going to get that.
Yeah. And if you get a paperback version or a hardcover when it's produced and you want it autographed, you just send it to me and I'll autograph it for you.
Yeah, because that's what I want. What did
Thank you,
say?
Misty. I appreciate it.
Where is she? There we go.
She said she loves my music.
I know, I do too.
Thank you.
He did a
So
pre.
the
He did
story
a.
behind it. Go. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
no,
No, you
sorry.
go. You
I
go.
wanted Missy. He did a premiere of a new song today.
Yes.
Yep.
And the new song is called "As Long as I Breathe, You Will Be Remembered," and that's because both my wife and I have experiences with some loss, both on social media and in our lives. Even though social media really is in our life in some point,
Right.
people that we've loved and cared about that have passed on, and it's my way of letting them know that their memory will live on for as long as I breathe, because they've earned that honor and that soul part of me that keeps their memory alive. Part of who I am today is a reflection of the people in my life over the course of 50 years that have helped shape the type of person I have become. So
Well, I have a lot of respect for you. I've seen
Thank-
you only do good out there, helping people.
I mean, there's people that'll argue that with you. I mean, I have an a-hole streak, of course. I'm trying to redirect that in a different direction through my music, which, I wasn't really producing any of that last year, and finishing my book. My goal was to make 2025 refocus my family's mission on helping people and healing. And writing really helps me heal. It allows me to express myself in a way that is productive, that doesn't require me to try to tear people down.
Right.
Tally, it took me 10 years to write the book, if that tells you anything. So
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I didn't even see you come in here.
it
I'm
was
so
very
sorry.
hard, very, very hard. I don't know if it's because I'm a man, or it's the fact that the social media itself is not exactly conducive of a healing environment for people. But I got to a point, because I have such a powerful, supportive wife and family, and working with the legislators in Rhode Island to try to change the law. It came to a point where I have to write this book and finish this book and tell this story, because I may never get justice when it comes to the eye of the law, but I will definitely get justice spiritually by telling the story and releasing myself of the shame that I felt because of it.
Right.
So it was very therapeutic and very healing to finally let this burden that has weighed on me for years go.
Yeah, I can't imagine. There's some things I still haven't dealt with, and it's been decades.
Maybe you should start writing. Even if you never release it to the public, writing in of itself is a journey of healing.
Yeah, that
Whether
makes
it's
sense.
whether it's poems, whether it's music, whether it's a book or a short story. For me, it was looking back on all the kids that were abused and seeing how many of them are no longer on this earth, or how many of them are in prison because they never healed. They became predators, which, for me, like, I look at, your past does not have to define who you become. So if you become a predator because of your past and you prey on children, like was done to you as a child, unfortunately, I don't have remorse for you. I have remorse for the crimes committed against you, and I
Right.
have remorse for the victims that you've made, because we have a crossroads as victims that we can take, and the crossroads is we can either become perpetrators or we could become advocates. And it's important that victims become advocates, because the goal of a predator is to shut your story down and prevent you from sharing it, because it allows them to hide in the shadow. It allows them to continue to be a predator. So when you become an advocate, and when you take that pain and use it as fuel to push change and protections for children, you take away that power from them, and that's important, especially in today's time.
That makes sense. I never thought about it that way. Um, okay, this church here, have they been talked about in the news at all?
Yes, and
Oh, they have.
over the years, they've been talked about both in the news and in newsprint. Um, the sad part about this is, after this case that we testified at, my wife and I drove over to the St. Aloysius home just to take a look at it before we left Rhode Island. And it's still an operating orphanage.
It is.
And now it's an orphanage for a home. Let's say not an orphanage, because there really is no orphanages in Rhode Island anymore. It's a home for women now, for women who are either without families or being neglected. So, and it's still operated by the same diocese that operated St. Aloysius. So it was a bit of a slap in the face to see that. I wish I could say I was shocked, but really I'm not. The diocese is a very powerful entity, a very rich entity, with very powerful advocates that seem to be able to get away with a lot. So
What is it called? What'd you call?
it's still called Aloysius, but it's a different type of agency now. But it's
No,
still
who,
run by the
who gets away
Catholic,
with it? What was that name?
the diocese, the Catholic diocese,
Oh, how
the
could they get
church,
away with everything?
because they're rich
Really?
and they're rich and they're powerful, and they have very strong political ties and legal ties. They have very good lawyers, very powerful lawyers. And right now they have the majority in Rhode Island Congress that allows
Oh,
them to keep potential changes to laws that would affect their dollar from ever seeing the light. So the best we can get to is the testimony side, where we can testify in front of the committees, and when it goes down to a vote, it gets voted down. So
oh, that's sad.
yeah, it happens. This one had a lot more support than it had in previous years. This one had 12 people sign on from the political spectrum to get it passed, and the governor's assurance that he would sign it if it made it to the committee.
Oh, the governor. Okay. Anybody have any questions for Angelo? Don't be shy. Here, let me do that. There we go. Shoot. Let me look on Rumble here real quick.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough subject, so you might not get a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
All right. Nobody's saying nothing. I get it.
See, I wrote a song. I wrote a song about St. Aloysius' home too.
Where's that one?
I don't think I published it yet. Let me.
Oh, you didn't publish it? Okay.
I don't think so. Let me check a look.
You know, I really like how he said, in order for you to get through it, is to write about it and then become an advocate. I like that. But where do you begin? You know?
Sometimes just writing about it is the first step to becoming an advocate. You know, it's not allowing your voice to be shut off.
Right. Read what comments, Missy? I need to go back and read some of the comments. Comments where? I went to on Rumble to see if there's any comments on there. I don't know how many are watching on Facebook. Rose says, I'm sorry I'm working so I can't chat much, but this reminds me of Dozer House for Boys.
Mm.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, this one I haven't published yet. So this one's called St. Aloysius. It's True Disgrace.
Okay. All right, here we go, people. Let me get over here.
They locked us away, called it care and love, but their hands weren't gentle, no mercy above. The walls whispered secrets, the floors hid the cries, the shadows bore witness to their wicked lies. But I'm still here, though the scars remain, a survivor's voice rising through the pain. For the voiceless I will speak, for the broken, for the weak. No reward, no bloodstained gain, just the truth to break the chain. Those who profit from a child's despair are the demons hiding everywhere. Saint Aloysius, the name of grace, but beneath the title, a darkened place. They stole our childhood, our trust, our peace. Bound in torment, we pray for release, but we've risen up, we've learned to fight, turning darkness into light. For the voiceless I will speak, for the broken, for the weak. No reward, no bloodstained gain, just the truth to break the chain. Those who profit from a child's despair are the demons hiding everywhere. The ones who made riches from our cries are no better than the ones who fed us lies. Their greed of poison, their hearts of stone, while we were left to heal alone. But their empire crumbles with every word, as the truth is spoken, as the truth is heard. I am more than what they tried to break, a voice for justice for every heartache. I stand for the silence, the ones who still hide, for the child who dreams with tears in their eyes. Our pain will not be in vain, we're the storm that follows the rain. For the voiceless I will speak, for the broken, for the weak. No reward, no bloodstained gain, just the truth to break the chain. Those who profit from a child's despair are the demons hiding everywhere. So hear me now, this fight is long, but together we rise, together we're strong. This world's soul is wrapped in sin, but the light of truth will always win. Not for fame, not for fame, but for the hope that heals the shame. A voice for the voiceless, a heart unchained, a soul reborn from the pain sustained. For those who fall and for those who still fight, we are warriors standing in the light.
I love all his songs. Where is, do you gotta, let's see. Okay, Miss Barbara and everybody, hold on. I see Misty made a comment here. You're lost. Let's see. I'm getting here late. You're lost. Remember yesterday we talked about Angelo. He wrote a book, and it's his testimony. Okay, that's what we started talking about. And hello, Miss Barbara.
Hello.
And yesterday we listened to some of his songs. That's what this is about. My niece, after 20 years of anger and self-harm from a priest abuse as a child, has decided to go back to school to become a social worker, an advocate. I'm so proud of her.
That is pretty cool. Yes, I'm actually in my master's program for clinical psychology with a minor in childhood trauma. And I have one more semester to go.
Oh, awesome. That was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Okay, I feel like I go hard on things here on YouTube. Okay, this might not make sense because I don't talk about my stuff, right? And I think that's why I am the way I am on certain cases that have to do with
Okay.
children. Because I feel I'm giving back somehow or helping. Does that
Yep.
make sense?
Yes, it does. And we need more of that.
Because all my ickiness started when I was 4 years old. I was 4. I'll never forget it. Never forget it. You don't forget things like that, and it continued until I was a teenager. But the thing about it is, with that old man, I went to the hospital and everything, and they kept my dress. They found him stuck inside me on my dress, and they didn't bring charges on him back then. Okay, I'm 54 now, because they said a jury will not believe a little kid. That's what happened with me.
And that
Just,
that sadly probably would have been the case 50 years ago.
even with all that evidence on me, inside me. I mean, come on, isn't that sick?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's
it gets me
disgusting.
going. It gets me going. I'm sorry, and that's why I go hard for certain things on here. Anything to do with children, anything to do with um, graping. I got to be careful with some of my wording here. I guess just anything to harming humans. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, that's why I fight so hard. What I started discovering, sometimes you fight so hard and so long and so tirelessly that you start moving your line that you won't cross. And I was discovering that was happening with me, and my message wasn't being heard because I just became lost. I became lost in the noise. Like my fight with Cecil, or my fight with Captain Buford, or my fight with Dave the Fisherman, or even my fight with the settlement, which has been very, very quiet. I mean, I support the people that are taking him down. It's not an easy thing to do because some of these people, they don't have a conscience, they don't have a soul.
Yeah, it's
And
weird.
it's very hard to fight those people online without becoming them, becoming vile, disgusting people. And when 2024 ended, it was my mission to refocus on taking my writing and turning it into songs, since I can't sing, but AI can sing my songs for me. So I can write these things, and then I can find something that can sing them to bring out the passion that I put into the words. And like I said, for 10 years I've been working on surviving the St. Aloysius home book, and it just seemed like the right time to finish it and get it published, so that other victims, maybe by reading it, they can find their voice, because that's
Right.
ultimately what I'm trying to do, is to give these voices back to these victims.
So, how many chapters are in this?
There are, I want to go 14 maybe.
14 chapters.
Let me look at my manuscript.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Let me look at the comments here. I'm sorry. Let me
There
see.
are two, about 14 chapters.
14?
Yep.
Whew. That is going to be a deep read. I'm so sorry that happened to you. It also happened to me when I was far from. I know it's sick, ain't it? It is so sick. I don't understand how people can do that. I'll never understand it, man. It gets me sick. It gets me hyped up.
I don't understand why people can steal the innocence from a child.
I know it's sick. You're going to be great at advocating. He already is an awesome advocator.
Oh, thank you, Misty. I appreciate it. It's so hard not to get angry. And one of the things I discovered while advocating is that when you get angry and your emotions start taking over, logic and reasoning get lost. And logic and reasoning is extremely important when it comes to trying to tell a story that people can follow in order to really get effective change in motion. And that's something I definitely noticed on the internet, especially social media sites, because we've all seen the back and forth that goes on social media, right? I mean, whether we come from the drama community or crime community or flubber or whatever you want to call each community.
Right.
When people start fighting and going real life and start trying to win this one-up battle online, you find yourself kind of losing the plot. And my plot was about protecting children and advocating for children. And then I found myself fighting people, and the advocacy part of it was getting lost.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I get it. I get it. See, when I start talking about mine now, I just, oh God, yeah. That's why I just stop. And it makes sense because I don't think right, and things don't come out right.
Right. And then you get mad.
Right.
And you know, for me, the enemy was winning because I wasn't advocating anymore. And that was their goal.
That's sick. Anybody have any comments here for Angelo? Questions? Anything? Do you still do lives or anything like that? Or are you just
I I
writing?
do I do music lives, either premiering new songs that either I write or my son writes, or we'll do karaoke live, or we'll just do live karaoke. Because like I know I can't sing, but for my son, it's a very healing thing for him because he has disabilities and allows him to express himself and connect with people and things like that. So the singing is really about him, even though I know I'm not good at it.
Oh,
But I enjoy it. Feels good.
you do karaoke. Oh, how fun.
Yeah, I do karaoke.
Oh, that's fun, though. All right. Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
Um, Not really. I mean, I hope people get something from the book. I hope it helps them heal or helps somebody that they love heal. Um, I'm sure that people are going to use it to uh, try to, as was already done in your chat earlier, try to belittle or make me feel insignificant. But again, I'm 50 years old now, and I've had plenty of time to heal. So that's not going to work. It's not going to change the advocacy that I'm going to do, and it's not going to change me from speaking. How I do it now is very different than how I did it a year ago.
Two of my main male cousins had it done to them. I'll never forget it. Okay, and he said, Angelo said in about a month, the hard copy is going to come out, but right now it is. I'm sorry. Do you hear my dog? Oh my God. On Kindle. Do you hear her?
I hear your clock.
Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Well, we can end this for now, but I want to continue um, keeping up with this. Um, I want to like read a chapter and then come and talk to you guys about what I read and vice versa. You guys want to do something like that?
I mean, that's fine with me.
I think that'd be great. Because I'm really interested in this. I, you hear about it, but it's the first time I ever known anybody that has been harmed by somebody from the church. Yeah.
And Father McIntyre wasn't the only one. That place had hundreds of people that were in and out of there as workers or staff or nuns or clergy, deacons,
Nuns?
brothers. Yeah, we had nuns too. Most of the nuns weren't sexually abusive, but they were definitely physically abusive.
Wow.
It may be just the style back in the 70s and 80s. I don't know, but you definitely got hit and rapped on with sticks and rulers and stuff.
Well, man. All right. I want to thank you for coming on my platform and talking about this. And I'm going to continue talking about this, sharing your songs, because your songs have been kind of healing to me lately.
Oh, I'm glad. That is the entire purpose.
Yep.
Now,
The last few
there
days, yes.
you can play them on the because they gave when it started getting produced. Amazon made a not Amazon. YouTube made a music topic channel, so my songs are on there. It's called Angelo Stevens, and
Yeah.
you can't miss. It's got my picture on it. It's got
Yep.
26, 31 songs altogether.
Yep. I put that link into the chat too. Hi, sis. I'll have to get on Kindle and get it. I normally get hardcover books so I can keep them, but I'll get a Kindle. Yeah, yeah, because I'm gonna do that too and get a hardcover.
Yeah, the number one song still being downloaded right now is World of Pain,
Did we
which
listen to
is,
that yesterday?
I don't think we've listened to World of Pain.
Oh,
It's
we did.
yeah, it's definitely a strong song. It was initially released on my first 5 songs.
Oh, okay.
And then the next downloaded one is the one my son and I wrote, which is called Lord of Steel. And now they're all getting in between 30 and 40 downloads, which is, for me, I'm very happy with. I'd be happy if 5 people downloaded it, to be honest with you. But World of Pain has almost 217 downloads right now.
So you're on like Spotify, right?
Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, YouTube Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, all the popular downloads.
Oh, okay. A couple of the songs hit hard for me. Well, yesterday I took my time and was listening to songs. I'm like, oh
Oh,
man.
you went and listened to them,
Yes,
just
I
to listen
did.
to them.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought, why am I crying? Why am I tearing up like this? But it makes sense because the healing part I have not healed from a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the one about that one song today about because my mom, died.
As long as I breathe, you'll be remembered.
Yes. Oh, I'm telling you, that
That was
messed me
dedicated.
up.
That was dedicated to you, Kit Kat, Ziggy, and my brother. My wife knows all my music is about other people or myself or us as a family. So
That was amazing. I'm like, okay, that messed me up this morning, but no, it's a good kind. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It ain't a sad.
I wish I could sing as well as I could write. I'm not very good at it. I mean, I'm probably going to start trying to sing some of them. It's never going to sound as good as what this AI can do with my music. But like the World of Pain for me, it's about my journey both in life and on the internet, about how I allowed so many people to put value on myself instead of me putting my value on myself, and just allowing people to dictate my worth. And when I closed that chapter in December of 2024, World of Pain was the first song that came to mind as to ending it and moving forward with it. I'm
You're
under
under.
Angelo Stevens.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
there we
hide.
go. I don't hide. You're funny. I don't hide. Okay, let me see. Let me get the link for that on Amazon. I have no idea.
Which link do you want on Amazon?
Yeah, for the Amazon one.
Oh, okay. Give me a second here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, the whole album is only $7.99, which is pretty good. It wasn't about getting rich for me. Let's see. We want this one.
And
This is the one with 16.
when you do like some of the stuff like I do or all of us do on here, like in this true crime, it's nice to like listen to stuff like that.
Well, that's the other reason for the St. Aloysius song too. It wasn't just about St. Aloysius. If you listen to the chorus, it's about people who use children's pain for gain. Like you can cover cases like you and so many others do so well, but the people that like literally profit tens of thousands of dollars off of the backs of children with
Oh, it's
no
gross.
real clear indication of providing any kind of assistance, to me
Right,
those are the real demons of the world.
right. Yeah, that's so gross. Here you go, Misty. It's Viper, put it in the chat. And tell your brother to let me know what he wants to do.
I think he wants to do a thing with you, me, and him, and anybody else that wants to come up relating to Cecil, because again, that's another predator that we see. The next
Well-
link I sent you is the World of Pain one, in case you guys haven't heard it yet.
Well, this is what I want to do. Hold on a minute. I want to go over his last video he did last night.
The 1 hour one
Yes.
where he's calling us all monsters, among other things.
The nastiest things were coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. That should tell you something. I mean, for me, it's very revealing. Cecil is the type of person that tells on himself. Like, he keeps thinking people go into his life. And reality of it is he's put his life out there. He made the confession video. He's made the subsequent 200 plus videos being a predator towards children. He's the one who's filmed his child and his child's girlfriend without doors on their bedrooms, with hidden cameras throughout the house.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's not normal typical male or normal typical father behavior. We don't film our children like this. We don't speak about our children's sexuality like this, because for one, it's the internet, and two, it's predatory in nature. He does not get that, and nothing about him is ever his fault.
Oh, no.
And throughout his whole life, it's never been his fault. He was set up. He was used. He was this. He was forced. He was this. He was like, no, son, that's not the way it works. Oh, his name's Cecil. Thinks
Have
he's
you-
a
Misty,
rapper of some sort.
Do you know who he is? Hey, sis, you know who he is. He's the one that admitted doing stuff with his little cousins. He was a young man. He was 17.
He was 16. That was
Oh,
the
he was
youngest.
16?
16. It went on for 3 years, 16 to 18, and the two children were 10 and 9. Or 10 and 8, actually. 10 and 8. He was the babysitter.
Yep.
And it's not just a confession video. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's
Not-
his whole behavior on how he is online.
He made videos after that. Like, he made a video following up the confession video saying, like, what are you supposed to do when two hot girls, hot to me? And then he tried to say, like, it was because he was abused and neglected. No, son, no. You were the first person that should have been the biggest advocate, and instead you became another threat to them.
Right. I remember one of them, he said, I was only doing, how did he say that?
I was only doing what they told me to do.
Yeah. I'm like, where's he getting into this thinking?
He is on YouTube. He used to
Yes.
have a lot more views, Misty, but my brother and I have pretty much killed his channel. He doesn't leave the chat on anymore. He doesn't let comments get through. He does response videos to every single comment that's even remotely disagreeing with him.
But he don't watch anybody, remember?
Right, but he don't watch nobody.
No.
He used to get 130, 140 views per video. He's down to maybe 8 or 9. So he resorts to talking about famous people like Ryan Upchurch, or somebody that's going after Ryan Upchurch, and he'll talk about those people. That'll bump him up a few views or whatever. But the most views he gets is when he talks about my brother or myself.
Yeah.
My brother's Master Shredder.
And he's just awesome too. Okay, we're going to listen to the song called World of Pain.
Live in your world of pain. I allowed it to drive me slowly insane. The echoes of battles, they scream in my mind. But the peace I once knew is so hard to find. When shadows surround me and darkness remains, I don't care to live in your world of pain. Oh, it's hard to survive, to hold on and remain, when I'm drowning alone in this world and torn. This world didn't make me, it left me reborn. The battles online, they're all fought in vain. No reason to suffer, no cause to sustain. Words like sharp daggers, they cut through my soul. But silence won't break what the enemy stole. When truth is a whisper, but lies rule the chain. I don't care to live in your world of hate. It's hard to survive, to hold on and remain, when I'm drowning alone in this world of pain. Fighting the battles, I'm broken and torn. This world didn't make me, it left me reborn. When you're close to the fight, it's impossible to see the cracks and the scars that have shaped you and me. I held to my armor, but it crumbled and fell. The line between heaven's light and this hell. It's easy to lose what you wanted to be when you're chasing the fight, wild and free. I stood in the fire, I've been burned by the flame. I looked in the mirror and I saw who's to blame. But redemption is waiting, prayer in the rain. I won't be a prisoner in this world of pain. Oh, it's hard to survive, to hold on and remain, when I'm drowning alone in this world of pain. Fighting the battles, I'm broken and torn. This world didn't make me, it left me reborn. So here's my farewell to the hurt and the lies. I'm walking away, there's no tears left to cry. The battle's not over, but I'm stepping aside to find the lost pieces of what's still inside. I'll rise from the wreckage, I'll break from the chain. No more will I live in this world of pain. No more will I live in your world of pain. I'm rising above it, no battle remains. This story's not over, it's only begun. I'll fight for the truth till the darkness is done.
Another one. Another one.
Yeah, that was when I walked away from all the
Woo.
the useless fights online. There's fights online, don't get me wrong. There's fights worth fighting online. But there's some you have to look at and go, I'm worth more than this. And I have more to do and more to say than what this battle is going to do for me. So
That's
walking away from the pain, but not walking away from the battle is a very important, powerful story.
Here, I'm going to share this here. Okay, here's all the songs here. There we go.
Thank you so much, Kit. I do appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for everything you do. Anytime you want to discuss anything on your live or whatever, I'll come. And we can do it here, whatever it may be. But tell your bro, yes, I want to do a live.
Yeah, he said he's going to reach out to you on Facebook.
Okay. Cecil also was dissing your brother because he works about his job. Did you know he was jealous? He's jealous of Cecil. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
You don't
Jealous
even
of
make
what?
any sense. You don't make no sense. Oh my God, jealous of what? You're a nightmare, dude. You're scary. All right. Any last words? Anything?
Continue to be advocates for yourself and for victims. Don't let anybody take your thunder, and don't let anyone dictate your value.
Amen. Okay, everybody, that's in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. Everybody on Rumble, on Facebook, on X, thank you. If you guys have any kind of comments, leave them below.
Thank you so much for having me, kid. I appreciate it greatly.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Stay blessed, okay?
You too. Okay, everybody. Oh, God, those songs. You got to listen to the song that he posted today on his channel. Let me look real quick. Okay, Misty. The one that I heard though this morning really brought me to tears. It's beautiful though, but I want to end it with this one here. There we go.
They counted me out, said I'd never rise. Whispers in the dark, spreading their lies. The enemy laughs so quick to spout, but they've no idea what I'm about. Don't give up and never give in. The underdog is yet to win. Never bet against the one who's down. The fight's not over, they'll take the crown. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Stand by your words when they bring the fight. With faith and might we'll rise again, living for the eternal win. Online wars and endless spats. Who wins, who loses, what's behind that? We bicker and claw in these digital streets, but victory's hollow when no one needs. True strength is found in the faith we hold, not in the battles that grow so cold. The underdog walks with a quiet grace, carrying the scars of the endless race. When pushed to the edge, they find their song, a melody of faith that keeps them strong. For every loss, there's a chance to learn, and every flame will someday burn. Never bet against the one who's down. The fight's not over, they'll take the crown. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Stand by your words when they bring the fight. With faith and might, we'll rise again, living for the eternal win. Faith is the armor, might is the blade. The eternal fight is where heroes are made, not for the fleeting or shallow gains, but for the kingdom that forever remains. Stand with the underdog, hear their call. Together, united, we'll conquer it all. In the darkest hour, when hope is thin, remember the fire that burns within. They may seem beaten, bruised and torn, but the underdog spirit is never worn. Never bet against the one who's down. The fight's not over, they'll take the crown. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Stand by your words when they bring the fight. With faith and might, we'll rise again, living for the eternal win. So don't count out the quiet and small, the ones who stumble yet still stand tall. The underdog fights with the fire inside. Their victory sure when faith is their guide. Eternal battles we've just begun. With faith and might, the war is won.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Misty, I want you, when you got time, to go listen to this one on his channel. That is the one that messed me up all morning. Okay? Okay. And I want to thank Angelo for sharing his story. Also, I can't even think right now. I was nervous. You guys, you know, I usually don't get nervous. I was nervous to go live. I mean, I was excited because I have a lot of respect for him, but I don't know why I was. Weird. Not nervous, nervous. You know what I mean, right, people? Do you know? I don't know. All right. I'm going to continue covering this stuff here. And after you guys get your books and stuff, right, let's do a chapter at a time and let's discuss it. I think that would be awesome to do from this book. It's a tough subject, to be honest. Yeah, it is. It is. Very. Yeah. But yeah, so let me know, peoples, when you get your book, all right? And we could, you know, do a chapter at a time and then come and talk about it. I think that'd be fun. You know, something different away from, you know, all the drama on the internet. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. Thank you. And Shredder, get a hold of me.